Well, my watch says it is 4 o'clock, and so let's get started. This is Sue, the Soggy Stamper. Rain or shine, it is stamping time, and here in the Pacific Northwest, we are having our first summer day, I think. It is 84 degrees out, which for this area is fairly warm, and beautiful sunny day. So I'm staying inside and staying cool. I have a fan going, and I will have fun with creating for you. Now this double design I have seen on Pinterest, several of them, but they were in this large A4 card size, like this. And this will fit in a 5x7 envelope, but I kind of like to send the smaller size, the A2 size. So I figured out how to make it in a smaller size. This starts with a 12-inch by 8-inch piece of cardstock, and then you do the scoring, and your squares are 2 inches each. And I will probably go ahead and finish this out. I just wanted to show you the size that most of them are when on Pinterest. But I did find one that Sam Chilcott had done that had 3 of these diamonds, 3 of these pop-up ones. And I was able to cut it down in size so that it actually fits into our envelopes, our medium-sized envelopes. This happens to be one from the most recent paper pumpkin kit, but it slides in very nicely. The finished size of the card is 5.5 by 4. And I used the 4 rather than the 4 1/4 inch because it made calculations much easier. So let's get started on making it. I start with a piece of cardstock that is 9.5 by 4. I'm going to put this up here so maybe you can see that as I'm working. So it's 9.5 by 4. And we're going to score it at 1.5. And another advantage to the smaller size, you don't have to extend out the arm of the thing. So we're going to score it at 1.5. One and a half, 2.5. We're going to make a mark at 3.5, but not score it. We'll be using this mark on a later step. There and there. Okay, then we score at 4.5 and 5.5. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Oh, this 5.5 didn't get scored. I think my scoring blade is getting worn out. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3 score lines. And so you can see them better, these are going to be valley folds. And unlike this original card, I wanted to have an extended portion over here. Okay, so then we're going to score across from this point over here to this point. Let me show you the template I made. Let me show you the template I made. Front and center template. Well, fiddly. I had it very nicely all laid out for you. Okay, anyway, from the 1.5 point to the, and I'm going to put pencil marks here so I can see this better. Right there on the score line. And over here on the score line. And here on the score line. Okay, we're going to score from this point to this point. And I like using just lining it up this way. I like using my paper trimmer. On the larger one, I had to use a ruler, and I found that it would slide, the ruler would slide. And then we go from this point down to this point. So line them up along the scoring track or cutting track. Okay, now we have to measure on this score line and this score line here, these two score lines, 2 inches. Make a mark at 2 inches. And I like this mechanical pencil because it goes down in through the track. So you can make the mark. Now we're going to score from this mark at the 2 inch here. We're going to score down to here. This was the 3.5 inch where we made the mark. So we get those lined up and go just up to that mark. And then we turn. We're going to be making a square. Turn it again. And one more time. Oh, not far enough. There. Okay, so now you have a diamond, goes around this way with your score lines. Next thing to do is we're going to cut. You cut between this 1.5 inch score line and the 5.5 inch score line at the 2 inch mark. And you cut down to here. so that it's open like that. And that's all of the scoring and cutting you need to do. Now the vertical lines are all valley folds. Oh, there it is. That's the template I was looking for. Be sure to burnish well. Now we don't fold along that one. That was just a mark, not a score line. So those are valley folds. Now the diagonal ones are mountain folds. So you push them up, and you can see how it starts to fold. So make mountain folds all along those score lines. Kind of finger press them to start with. Didn't quite get that all the way to the corner. There it goes. That one goes, and then we go the other way. I'll still have to do this one. Okay, so then it starts to form. You can see the diamonds forming. Unfortunately, I didn't get that cut quite right. Let me double check. Well, it's too late now. And they scrunch up together like so. It's not going to do a very good job because I did not get my angles right, my cut right. Let's do that over again. Try that again. Okay, 4 by 9.5, Granny Apple Green. Let's try this again and see if I can do a better job. So do it at 1.5. At 2.5. Mark at 3.5. Four and a half, 5.5. Okay, now I'm going to turn it and do the 2 right now. And I'm going to put my marks, my pencil marks, here on the 1.5. And at the 5.5. 2.5, 4 and 5.5. Oh, that's too far away. Right there. Okay, now I'm going to go from that mark to this mark. Yeah, got too much of a mark there. There. Okay, to make our diagonals. From there over to here. Make it, let's see how that looks. Okay, and then we cut it at 2. And hopefully my marks were more consistent. And the center, oh, I still have to do another, I haven't done the diagonals yet. Oh, okay, from there down to here, nope, get that cutting blade out of there. Okay, and then that mark down to here. Okay, so now if your measuring and scoring has been right on, this cut will go right through the center of these two intersecting lines. This time it has. I'm going to erase my marks now. A little bit off down here at the bottom, but hopefully that will not be a major problem. Okay, now remember all the vertical score lines or valley folds. the diagonal lines are mountain folds. So work it like that. And this one goes like this. And this one goes like this. And this one goes like this. And then we do the same thing on the other side. Mountain. 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 And mountain. And they'll fold up. See how it's folding up? And it'll actually scrunch down. Like so. Be sure to burnish it well. It's really thick because you've got 4 layers in here. Turn it over and burnish. There, you got it pretty well tamed down. Okay, so now to decorate it. I've pre-cut the pieces. This one. Okay, so the designer series paper is 3 7/8 inches. And this is going to go here on this side. And I wanted just 1/8 of an inch edge around. I generally don't do that because you have to be so precise, but that worked out pretty well. Okay, and then for this other side, it is 1.5 by 5. No. 1 3/8 by 3 7/6. 7/8 rather. 3 7/8, and this is 3 7/8, and this is 1 3/8. So that slides in here. Like so. Then these are those squares are 1 1/4 inch square, and I wanted to use a different pattern for those. I'm going to use the glue this time. Maybe. Okay. I'll get a better trained one. There it comes. Well, when it comes a lot. I don't want it to bleed over though. So I'm going to remove a little bit of the excess. And that goes down here. The reason I wanted to use the liquid glue is so I could slide it around. like so. Okay, then for the centerpiece, I have a piece of the Granny Apple Green cardstock that is 1.5 inches square, and it's going to go right over that. And I have a piece of basic white that is 1 3/8 inch. So it'll go on just like that. But I want to stamp my greeting on it. And then I have a piece of basic white that is 3.5 inch that I'm going to put over here with the greeting. On my sample card, I made it bigger, but I don't like that as well. I am using this Be My Valentine stamp set for the Love You and for the flowers, and Happy Birthday from Arched Wishes. And I'm going to use Granny Apple Green. So Love You. Into the diamond. That looks pretty good. I always stamp first. Okay, where is the greeting? The greeting is not there. The greeting must still be in the stamp case. Okay, I'm going to put that up here at the top. Excellent. Now the flower is because there was a little bit of a boo-boo and I wanted to cover it up, and I decided I like it the way it is anyway. So we'll put a flower down here in the corner. And I'm going to use the Strawberry Slush. I just really, really love this color. I'm happy they brought it back. It was a in color a couple of years ago. And I always save the in color stuff that retires because eventually, oftentimes it comes back. Okay, so we'll adhere this to the square. Like so. And it will fit on top of that, like that, center there. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the two ends. And fasten it down. And then I'm going to put this in. You know, come to think of it, if I make this again, I'm going to put the flower on the other side. I'm going to stamp the flower next time on the other side so that when it's closed up, the flower is there. Anyway, there's the card, but let's put a little bit of bling on it. think flowers and butterflies go together. So let's put some brass butterflies on there. And I think I'm going to put them like here. And put a little one. There. And another one up here. There we are. So I'm really pleased that I was able to figure this out. I've got a couple of other projects that I'm trying to make into smaller size that haven't been as successful. I'll keep working on those. I'll put this up on my website, my blog, which is soggystamper.com. This video will be up on my YouTube channel, The Soggy Stamper. If you have any questions, go to my blog, and in the upper right-hand corner is a shop 24/7, and click on that button, and it'll take you right to my online store. So that if you need any of these supplies, I'd be delighted to have you shop with me. Starting, I think it's tomorrow, we'll be able to have a new online exclusive. So let me get the flyer and show it to you. Have some really cool things. There's the Floral Charm Collection set. I just got it. I took advantage of the sweet sale. Today's the last day for it, so if you want to get one of these sweet collections, buy one sweet or a part of a sweet and get a second part at 50% off. And you can mix and match. Wait a minute. Layers of Beauty. No, that's not what I want. I'm in the process of mounting the stamps. So this is Charming Day, and it has matching dies. Come on. Like this. I've seen some really pretty things that people who've pre-ordered have done with it. Thanks for being you. Happy birthday. Can't wait to see you again soon. Hey, you made my day. So that it kind of goes together, so that, hey, and you made my day, that could go inside the bay on the front. Hey, can't wait to see you again soon. I like the sayings on it, and I like the mixed fonts. So that's part of the reason why I wanted it. And I'm a sucker for flowers. So the dies are like this, and it has some extras. Has extra greenery, has an extra flower there. This cuts out this. It also embosses. No, I wouldn't cut out that. Wouldn't want to. This cuts out the stamped one. This one just die cuts and embosses at the same time. And then this die cuts out this like that. This one will cut out the leaf. The leaves and the stem, like so. And then you get your extra leaves, and you get some, several extra things. An extra flower. So it's a very versatile set. You're going to want it. I know you're going to. So hop on it. The online exclusives are good as long as the product lasts. So don't wait, because if it's a really popular thing, it could go fast. What else is included in the suite are these charming shimmer faceted dots in colors Secret Sea. Does it say? Secret Sea, the Strawberry Slush, and I think this is Pecan Pie, I think, or Pretty in Pink. And then the designer series paper is gorgeous. I'm also a sucker for designer series paper. I don't exactly hoard it, but usually have it left over at the end of a sales period. And this set coordinates with the paper pumpkin this month. This suite, I mean. This was this month's paper pumpkin kit, and the cards are gorgeous. Here's some of the pieces of it. And here's this design. Card bases are like that with gold flecks on it, like that. Isn't that pretty? And this. And I was going to put it all the cards together last night, but didn't get it done. But I did get this one made to send to my granddaughter who just got engaged. And it goes so well. The colors are very much like the paper. So there's that design. In the back is a pretty peacock. Like that. Like that. Beautiful blue. And like that with Blackberry Bliss. The colors are Berry Burst, Blackberry Bliss, Mossy Meadow, Night of Navy, Pretty Peacock, and Timid Tiger. So that is one of the suites. There's another one called Painterly Pears, Spooky Sweet collection, which is a cute Halloween collection. There's Bauble Blooms bundle. They're ornaments with flowers inside. Just a Note bundle. You can see that it has the perforation on the side, like you tore it out of a notebook. Fright Night bundle, another Halloween one. Label Me Grateful. Tractor and Company. This is a really cute one, little tractor. Holly Jolly bundle. And what's really cool about this is that the die does not cut out all the way around, so that the edges of the leaves kind of pop up, which is kind of cool. And there's a little cheer bundle, and it has 3 little punches, a stocking, a star, and a little tree. And it coordinates with the stamp set. And then the standalone stamps and accessories. Need for Tweed is a designer series paper. This Sunflower 3D embossing folder is awesome. I've seen some really beautiful cards that demonstrators have made with it, and I'm going to case them. There's nothing wrong with casing. People often say, where do you get your ideas? And I say, well, I get them from online and other demonstrators. But you can see, look at those big sunflowers. Aren't those beautiful? And then there is Artistic Leaves photopolymer stamp set, Prairie Grass Cling stamp set, and this is it's really a rather pretty grass one. And Party Celebrations, it has Jingle Bell, and it has pumpkins and bats and garland and bows and holly and packages. So this is going to be starting, I believe, tomorrow, July 1st. So go take a look in my store and see what there is. If you have any questions, you can email me, sue@soggystamper.com. And I thank you so very much for watching this afternoon. I hope that you give this card a try and send me a picture of it in an email. I'd love to see what you do. Have a wonderful weekend. 4th of July is coming up. I hope you have a safe and happy one. See you maybe Friday, maybe not. Bye-bye.